The world was silent for a moment, then it caught fire. It began not with a roar, but with the rumble of tanks crossing a border at dawn. September 1st, 1939. Germany invaded Poland, and in that instant, the 20th century lost its innocence. What seemed like another small European conflict became the greatest human catastrophe in history. Adolf Hitler dreamed of an empire that would last 1,000 years, built on fear, obedience, and myth. His generals called it Blitzkrieg, lightning war, tanks and planes striking faster than thought itself. Within weeks, Poland was gone. Within months, Europe bled red and gray. Behind the flags and speeches, dark secrets fueled the war. Few know that before the invasion of France, German soldiers were issued Pervitin, a meth-based drug that kept them awake and fearless for days. The drug powered the Blitz. As London burned in the air raids of 1940, Winston Churchill worked in his underground war rooms, chain-smoking cigars and crafting words that would echo through time. Never in the field of human conflict was so much owed by so many to so few. He meant the Royal Air Force pilots barely 22 years old who flew into fire knowing most wouldn't return. Across the ocean, America watched torn between fear and isolation. But something darker brewed in the Pacific. On December 7, 1941, Japanese planes filled the skies above Pearl Harbor. Battleships burned like candles. President Roosevelt's calm voice soon thundered across radios, a date which will live in infamy. The world's greatest power had entered the fight. At first, the U.S. was unready soldiers drilled with wooden rifles. Tanks shared radios, but its factories roared awake. Detroit stopped making cars and began forging bombers. Every 5 minutes, a new plane rose from steel and fire. Women's flooded assembly lines rosy. The riveter became the face of a new kind of army. Meanwhile, science went to war. In secret rooms, Alan Turing built a machine that could think an early computer to crack Germany's unbreakable Enigma code. His work shortened the war by years and saved millions. Without Turing, D-Day might have failed. June 6, 1944, Normandy. The sea was red, the sky full of smoke. A soldier later wrote, "I saw the ocean try to throw us back, but they didn't turn back." By nightfall, Europe's gates were open. In Berlin, Hitler hid in his bunker, commanding imaginary armies on maps that no longer mattered. When the Soviets entered the city, they found fake papers, body doubles, and decoys meant to confuse anyone searching for him. Even his guards didn't know which Führer was real. The Pacific War was another kind of hell jungle's heat, an endless ocean. At Iwo Jima and Okinawa, hills changed hands 7 times in a day. Japan refused surrender as its cities burned. Then came the desert secret, the Manhattan Project. Thousands of scientists, working in silence, built the atomic bomb. August 6, 1945, a plane named Enola Gay dropped a sun over Hiroshima. 3 days later, Nagasaki followed. 200,000 souls vanished in light. The war ended, but the atomic age had begun. One man, Tsutomu Yamaguchi, survived both blast sand lived until 2010 to tell it. When the guns went silent, the numbers were unbearable. 60 million dead. Cities erased, families gone. But amid the ruins, stories of mercy survive: a German officer saving a Polish pianist. Japanese soldiers hiding in jungles until 1974, waiting for orders from empires long dead. World War II didn't just redraw borders, it reshaped the human soul. It proved that courage and cruelty can live in the same centuries, sometimes inside the same heart. When peace came, the world danced on rubble and called it victory. But everyone knew the truth. It wasn't triumph. It was survival. The world was silent for a moment, and then it began again.